the thing that is revolutionizing online marketing and messaging and is taking the entire industry by storm. And I'm not talking about human design. I'm talking about ChatGPT. And today's episode is all about how we can use it, how can we harness it, and how can we really benefit from this new amazing tool. Hey, I am Rachel Weaver, and I'm your host of the BU podcast. And please hit the subscribe button. Every week, I am talking about messaging and human design and how to really connect in a deeper way to our ideal clients so that we can grow our service-based businesses in a way that feels really good and aligned to us. So, ChatGPT. It is super new. If you're not following the big names, you may not have heard about it yet, but ChatGPT is literally changing everything about how we write copy, how we create messaging in our businesses. And it's like what the calculator did for math 30, 40 years ago, whenever that, maybe dated myself there. Do you remember the days that if you grew up, if you're a millennial, actually not if you're a millennial, if you're born in the early 80s or before that, you had school and your teachers would always tell you, you have to learn math. You will not always have a calculator in your back pocket, right? Guess what we have in our back pocket all the time? A freaking calculator. That's what ChatGPT, I think, is going to be for writing copy. And it's a bold statement, but it's wild. I've been playing around with it and it's so good. So what is ChatGPT? It is sourcing the entire internet to help you write whatever you're writing. Okay. So you prompt it with a question and it will source the internet, all of the stuff that's on the internet, and it will write what you tell it to, right? Okay. So, what I mean by this is you can say, hey, write me a social media post about human design and writing copy. And it will write you a social media post about human design and writing copy. And you can prompt it again, oh, that wasn't actually quite what I wanted. Can you make it a little bit more exciting? And so it'll make it a little bit more exciting and rewrite the whole thing in seconds. That's how fast it's writing. No human could write as fast as this is writing, right? Especially when it's you're just prompting it with a question and it's writing something. It's crazy. So why should we care about something like this? So far, I mean, if you're anything like most of the ideal clients or the clients that I work with, is you'll sit down to write a social media post and you are writing from scratch, right? You're sitting down and you're like, I want to talk about XYZ. So you sit down and you create a post out of thin air, essentially, and write it. Now, that takes a huge amount of practice. It takes understanding how to write clearly, how to communicate your ideas and your thoughts, right, in a clear and concise way, and in a way that your ideal clients are going to stop scrolling, read it, and do what you want them to do. It takes a huge amount of skills. This is why copywriting is a thing, right? So what ChatGPT is doing, it's kind of taking a lot of the guesswork out of it. And what I mean by that is that you can prompt it to write you a social media post about something you're thinking about, and you can then use that as a framework to post, right? And here's where it gets a little hairy, because I don't want people going out and just verbatim taking what ChatGPT is telling them and putting it on social media. That I don't think is the point. I think the point is to help you clarify your ideas, clarify it in a way that people want to read it. So it's when I was writing copy, they would always tell us, write at a third grade level. Really simple, not fluffy, not industry jargon, that kind of stuff. We don't want to be writing really fluffy and not tangible copy. when we're trying to attract clients. It needs to be clear and concise and authentic. So the chat GPT takes care of the clear and concise. We then come back and put in the authentic piece of it. We read it and go, oh, I actually wouldn't say it like that. I would say it a little bit more like this, and change certain words, change up phrases, things like that. Maybe rearrange the ideas that are in the post. But by and large, like, it has cut my own writing time, and I write a lot. It cut my writing time in half, which is bonkers to me because it feels so freeing to not have to think so hard about a post. And I've worked really hard not to overthink what I'm writing, to just write and be a channel. But there's still a certain element of me that is stuck in that overthinking part, right? I want it to be clear. I want a really stop the scroll kind of headline. I want it to have a clear call to action, right? ChatGPT is putting all of that in, right? We just have to go back and make it ourselves. And that's the piece I want you to take away from this, is that use it as a tool to give you a baseline and a framework to work off of, and then go back and change so it reflects who you are, how you would speak, and what you would say. Does that make sense? But yet it's still clear and concise. I feel like ChatGPT is going to revolutionize how we think about copy. And also, I think it's going to help. It's going to help you. It has to, right? But again, it's still a tool, just like a calculator. You have to know how to use it, which brings me to the second point of you have to know how to prompt the chat. Because if you're asking it the wrong things, it's going to give you crap, right? If you don't know what you want to say, the basis, the root of what you want to say, then you're not going to be able to craft a question to be able to prompt ChatGPT, holy cow, to give you what you want, right? It's not going to give you an output that is anywhere near what you actually want to say. And you have to be able to work with it and massage it, right? Like, you can continue to ask questions to refine it even more. And I think what I understand is that the more you use it, the more it starts to understand what you're looking for and how you speak. And so it's an AI, right? It's learning what you like along with what it's finding, right? So the more that you do it, the more that it learns you, which is wild. Oh, AI, I vacillate between going, holy, this is amazing, and this is going to it's going to change the game for everything, to this is crazy scary, and in the wrong hands, it's not going to be good, right? But ultimately, like, the world changes, everything evolves, and I do believe that we can use these technologies for the better, and to not only serve more people, but to get our message out there, to find the right people, and to ultimately just grow our businesses and do what we're here to do, right? This is a tool that can help you do that. So takeaway is that you still have to make it you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it still has to be you and authentically you. You still have to understand how you communicate best with your human design. But ChatGPT can help you clarify and clearly articulate what that point is that you want to make, in a really clear and concise way. I don't know if I'm repeating myself, probably. So I think it's going to be amazing. I would love to hear if you guys have tried it, what you think. I'm still playing around with it, and I would say it's amazing so far in creating ad copy. It's amazing in social media, but I think where it falls off is sales pages and emails. Like, it's a little too robotic, and maybe I'm still working with figuring out how to make it more me, but I'm still changing a lot to make sure that it doesn't feel forced and robotic. I want it to feel still like a conversation. As my MG self, it still needs to be a conversation. It still needs to be me. So anyway, I would love to know if you've played with it, if this is inspiring you to play with it, and what you think of it. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you, yeah, like tell me, let's have a conversation about it. So have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.